Hey there, high level listeners. We are very happy to bring you another episode of our English vocabulary podcast here on High Level Listening, where we bring you side by side American and British English. So today, let's talk about a decision we all have to make at the end of a long week. Do you stay in for a cozy night at home, or do you get dressed up and head out for a night on the town?
Yes, it can be a difficult question sometimes. Sometimes you just want to put your feet up, stick the kettle on, and stay at home. But other nights, you might fancy getting dressed up, meeting your friends, a gig, or a new restaurant. And we'll cover both situations. And in today's episode, we'll share around 40 or more natural, everyday expressions and phrases to help you talk about staying in or going out, just like native speakers do in the US and in the UK.
So, as always, we'll start with a short script from each of us. I'll go first with a bit about enjoying a night out in American English, and then Mark will talk about having a quiet night in using British English. After that, we'll go through each script line by line to explain the best vocabulary to level up your everyday spoken English. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Okay, so I'll ask Kat about going out. It's been a long week of work. You're all finished up. Are you going to go out or are you going to stay in?
Oh, I definitely love going out. Any chance to get dolled up and check out a new restaurant with my friends is always a good time. I like to get dressed up, do my hair up a little, and make a night of it. We usually meet up with friends first, grab an Uber, and head to a place we've been wanting to try. It's nice to get seated, order something to share, and just enjoy the atmosphere. I love trying new dishes, and of course, we always split the bill at the end. It just makes things easier. After dinner, we usually head to a gig or somewhere playing some live music. I like finding a good spot where it isn't too loud, but we're still right in the middle of things. If the music's good, I'll sing along, and if there's a dance floor, even better. Sometimes you just need to blow off some steam, let loose, and have a great night out with your friends. That was so American of me, I think, to just want to go out, right?
Let loose. Yeah, I can see you dancing
Very
on the dance floor.
exactly, exactly. So, what about you, Mark? It's the end of a long week. Do you want to go out or are you staying in?
Honestly, I much prefer a quiet night in. As soon as I'm in the door, it's shoes off, slippers and comfy clothes on. If I'm feeling especially lazy, I might just raid the fridge or get a takeaway in. Sometimes nothing beats a good Friday night fish and chips. I just love the feeling of drawing the curtains, melting into the sofa with a cup of tea and my cat on my lap and binge watching a series or sticking on a film. It's way better than dealing with packed pubs and overpriced drinks. If I do fancy being a bit social, I'd rather have a few mates round, crack open some drinks and have a movie night or even just a proper catch up. I think it's nicer to just unwind, put on some music in the background, and actually enjoy a conversation without shouting over loud music. Going out can be fun every now and then, but I'd take a cozy night in over a noisy bar any day. Okay, so we both have quite different opinions about this question. Should you go out or should you stay in? Don't worry if you didn't catch everything. We're about to go back through the scripts one more time. If you would like to see every sentence of this episode and all of our episodes in a downloadable PDF file, you can get that by becoming a member. Also, if you want listening activities, PDF worksheets, an ad-free MP3 version as well, and the transcript, you can get it in the Season 3 study pack, which is also in the link below. Anyway, we're about to go back to the start of the scripts and go through all the best vocabulary and phrases about staying in and going out. If there is any main differences between British English and American English, we'll use our little flags. So, Kat, the very start of your script, what kind of night do you prefer?
Oh, I definitely love going out. Going out. Now, the very first question that Mark asked, are you going out or are you staying in? So, this is kind of a good short way to say, are you leaving the house or are you staying in the house, basically? Going out usually can mean anything. It can mean going out to get something to eat. It could be going out to a club or a bar or a party, watching some live music. Going out, going out. I'm going out tonight, meaning I'm leaving my house. All right, I'm leaving my house. Staying in, however, means staying at home. And I prefer going out. I definitely love going out. What about you, Mark? What
Yeah.
kind of night do you prefer?
I can say, when you say going out, it only means that you're doing something fun, right? You're not going out and going to the bank or the post office.
That's
If you
fair.
say,
That's fair.
yeah, we're going out tonight, I imagine you're going to do something fun, maybe watch a movie or, yeah, go to a bar or a club, like you said. So going out is a fun way to leave your house. You're not just going
Yes.
outside, you're going out. And that sounds more fun.
So, what kind of night do you prefer, Mark?
Honestly, I much prefer a quiet night in. So, yes, I'm the opposite to Kat. Honestly, I much prefer, I really prefer, does that sound quite British?
It sounds quite British, yeah.
Right, so when I've got two choices, we'll use the verb prefer. So, do you like this or that? I prefer this. And if it's a really big difference, I much prefer a quiet night in. So you can have a night out where you go out, go partying, clubbing, or you can have a night in where you stay home and have fun and just relax. And then you can have a big night out where you party for a long time or very late into the evening, or you can have a quiet night in. That sounds like you're going to stay home and you're not going to do anything loud or active or busy. A quiet night in. So honestly, I much prefer a quiet night in. So back to your side of the script. You enjoy going out. Why do you like going out so much?
I mean, any chance to get dolled up and check out a new restaurant with friends is always a good time. So, any chance to do something, meaning any opportunity, like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Any chance to do something, any chance to get dolled up and check out a new restaurant. So, if I'm getting all dolled up, okay, oh, you're all dolled up today, meaning I put on a nice outfit, I put on my nice makeup, I did my hair. In other words, I kind of look like a doll. Okay, DOLL, like a kid's doll. So if I get dolled up, then I'm putting on my makeup, I'm putting on my nice outfit, I'm doing all of it. I'm getting dolled up. I'm getting all dolled up. Now, sometimes I don't really have a reason to do that. I don't really wear a lot of makeup to work. I don't really wear the cute, nice, fun dresses to work. So any chance to get dolled up and check out a new restaurant. So if you check out a new restaurant, I like to use this word a lot because you're not sure yet. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be okay? Is it going to be overpriced? Well, I don't know yet. Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. So we often do this with new cafes, new restaurants, new shopping malls, new clothing stores. Let's go check it out, meaning let's try it for the first time. So any chance to get dolled up and check out a new restaurant with friends is always a good time. Now, this is kind of interesting. Any chance to do this, get dolled up, check out a new restaurant with friends, is always a good time. Meaning this activity is always a good time. This thing, this chance, this opportunity is always a good time. So even though the last word is friends, we're not going to change the verb to are. I had a student ask me about this a couple of days ago, which is why I'm mentioning it now. So any chance to do this is always a good time. That's why I like going out so much. All right. So Mark, your quiet, nice night in. What do you do when you first get home?
As soon as I'm in the door, it's shoes off, slippers and comfy clothes on. So I already know I'm going to relax when I come home from work. And as soon as I'm in the door, so the moment I come home. In our previous episode, we talked about the morning routine and we said something like, I'm out the door. So leaving your house, I put on my clothes and I'm out the door. This is returning home. I'm in the door. In the door means coming home, opening and entering. So as soon as I'm in the door, it's shoes off. So I take off my shoes, slippers and comfy clothes on. So I take off my work shoes, more dress shoes, which might be a little bit uncomfortable. And I put on my slippers, which will be warm, soft, squishy, and comfy. Comfy means comfortable, and I'm wearing my comfy clothes. Comfy clothes are usually casual, soft, warm thing. All right, so back to your side. You're going out. Do you usually get dressed up, or is it more casual?
Honestly, I like to get dressed up, do my hair up a little, and make a night of it. Now, you can go out and just go out to eat, something casual, something easygoing. But I like the whole process and I want to make a night of it. So if you're going to make a night of it, you're not just going to go out for a little meal and then go back home. You're going to go out for a meal and then you're going to go out with your friends and maybe you'll have another drink and maybe you'll stay out late because we're really going to make a night of it. The whole night is booked up. So I like to get dressed up. Get dolled up, get dressed up. This means that I'm kind of elevating my look a little bit, right? Normally, I just wear something for work and I do a little light makeup. But now I want to get dressed up. I want to wear a little bit more fun clothing, something pretty, something nice that looks good out on the town. So I like to get dressed up. Do my hair up a little. So usually, I mean, you see me all the time on High Level Listening. This is how I wear my hair. It's just down. But if I want to do my hair up a little bit, I might do a different style. I might curl it. I might add a little hairspray. I'll do my hair up a little bit and make a night of it. Mark can't really do his hair up as much as
Do my hair up a
I
bit.
can, but
Yeah.
do your hair up a little bit, Mark. But
It's very fast.
sorry about
It's very
that.
quick.
Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't
I don't
take,
know
it
if
doesn't
this
take much time.
I don't know if this is insulting to you, not being able to do your hair up as well as me, but that's okay.
Just have a little cry after the episode.
Just
It's
a little
okay.
cry. It's okay. So I like to get dressed up, do my hair up a little, and make a night of it. All right. Well, for me, Mark, half of the fun of going out is eating. So when you stay in, what do you eat?
If I'm feeling especially lazy, I might just raid the fridge or get a takeaway in. Nothing beats a good Friday night fish and chips.
All right. So we've got some British phrases here. Let's start
I think
from the
so, yes.
beginning.
Well, if I'm feeling especially lazy,
That's
then
both.
I might
That's
just
both.
Sure. I might just raid the fridge.
Hmm.
So raid means to like attack. You'll often hear this in like battles or wars, people fighting. If you raid your enemy, then you surprise them and attack them.
Steal everything. You take everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's raid is when you take things. So that's what I'm doing to the fridge.
To the
My
fridge.
poor innocent fridge. Open the door. What's inside? And I'm looking for snacks and things I can eat quickly. So maybe there's some crisps, maybe some fruit, maybe some chocolate, some leftovers. I'm going to look what's in the fridge and just quickly eat what is easy and ready. It could be leftovers that I take and put in the microwave, but that's probably the maximum like cooking that I'm going to do. If you raid the fridge, you might also hear raid the cupboards. If you open the cupboards in your kitchen and biscuits, chocolate, you're just looking for things to eat now. So raid is most commonly associated with snacks and unhealthy things. The other British phrase is get a takeaway in.
And I like that. Yeah, a takeaway in. Get a takeaway in.
Right. Yes. So a takeaway in the UK is usually one of three different types of food. It's probably Chinese food, or it's Indian food, or it could be fish and chips, or maybe a shawarma or a doner kebab. So actually four. They are all quite unhealthy, greasy, but delicious foods. And you normally do not cook them at home. You go to a restaurant. You can use an app or you can call them, like my mum does, the old-fashioned way, and they will deliver it to your house, or you can go and pick it up. That kind of meal is a takeaway. If I say get a takeaway in, that sounds like I'm calling them and they're going to deliver it to my house. So This is quite a tradition. I think a lot of families in the UK, every Friday night or Saturday night, they get a takeaway in. They stay home and get food delivered to their home. It's also the word, it might be worth mentioning, if you're in the UK and you go into a coffee shop and you want to take the coffee away, that's what we say too. You say, can I have 2 lattes to take away, please? We don't often say to go, we say to take away. So that phrase is just more common in a few different ways. Anyway, sometimes nothing beats a good Friday night fish and chips. Friday is the traditional day to eat fish and chips. I can't remember the exact history, but I think it's a religious thing where people ate fish every Friday. So fish and chips became the main dinner on Friday. And some people still follow this tradition, whether they're religious or not. Nothing beats a good Friday night fish and chips. So nothing beats it. It's the best. It's the best thing to eat. Nothing is better than, nothing beats a good Friday night fish and chips. All right, so back to your side. You're going out. You're all dolled up, dressed up, your hair's up. How do you usually start the night?
Well, we usually meet up with friends first, grab an Uber, and head to a place we've been wanting to try. So I think the easiest thing to do is to say, okay, everybody meet at my house. Or if you don't live anywhere close to each other, then let's all meet up somewhere to try the restaurant or to go together. So we usually meet up with friends first, grab an Uber. Remember, an Uber is our ride share or kind of a taxi, but for just regular people who are driving. Grab an Uber, grab a taxi, and head to a place we've been wanting to try. So we're going to head or go to a place we have been wanting to try. We've been wanting to try. Now, it sounds like I maybe saw it on an Instagram ad, or I saw that there was a new place opening, and wow, I have been wanting to try that place. Oh yeah, I've been really wanting to try that place. So it's a good time when we're all getting together to go together and try it. So we usually meet up with friends first, grab an Uber, and head to a place we've been wanting to try. All right. So, Mark, why do you like this quiet night in? It sounds a little boring to me sometimes.
No, I just love the feeling of drawing the curtains, melting into the sofa with a cup of tea and my cat on my lap, and binge watching a series or sticking a film on. I just love the feeling of drawing the curtains. It's a very specific verb. Draw, you might draw with a pen and a pencil, but only with things that cover a window. When you close the curtains, we draw the curtains. It's only close, so it's draw the curtains. You might say draw the blinds, as in close the blinds. It's very specific. You don't do it with anything else except curtains. Draw the curtains. So I love the feeling of drawing the curtains. The room gets dark. The quiet comes in. Maybe it blocks out the noise from outside, and I feel very private and cozy. Melting into the sofa. Usually you'd see melting, I think of cheese.
Ice cream.
Yeah, or ice cream. It's melting and it kind of becomes like liquid and it just spreads over, and it's that image is me. I'm melting. I'm the cheese. I'm the ice cream. So I sit on the sofa and I very deeply relax. And I'm very, very comfortable. I'm melting into the sofa with a cup of tea and my cat on my lap. Your lap only exists when you're sitting down. When you sit in a chair, it's your upper thigh from your knees to your upper thigh.
Your
That's
hips,
your
yeah.
lap. Your hips, that's it. So yeah, you might say kids sit in your lap. You might put your backpack on your lap on the bus. In my case, my cat jumps up and sits on my lap. And it's very warm and cute and it purrs. And I like binge watching a series. We've talked about movies and TVs in episodes in the past. Binge watching is watching episode after episode, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, maybe 5 or 6 in a row. That's binge watching. In the UK, I watch a series. A series is the name of a TV show. And would you say that in the States as well? Or is that
Yeah. Watch a
British?
series.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that would be the name of the entire show. So yeah,
Yes.
watch a Netflix series, watch a Netflix show. We use both in the United States.
Okay. Yeah, like a new series or a fun new
A new
series.
series. Yeah, a new show is the same.
And then the last phrase here is sticking a film on. Okay,
Yeah.
that gets a flag. Sure. So I could say put a film on, as in choose a film and choose to watch it. But in the UK, we do like the word stick, especially with TV, radio, and music. When you start a film, start some music, you stick it on. So someone might say, oh, stick the radio on. Let's listen to something. A really famous one in the UK, if you have a kettle in your kitchen to boil water, stick the kettle on, means turn it on or put it on. So if I stick a film on, then I choose and start a film. Let's stick a film on. Or like, oh, do you want to watch Dune 2? Oh yeah, stick it on. So, all right. So back to your side. Let's talk about food. Do you like going out to eat when you go out?
Well, yeah, it's nice to get seated, order something to share, and just enjoy the atmosphere. I love trying new dishes. And of course, we always split the bill at the end just to make things easier. It's nice to get seated. To get seated, now I could say it's nice to sit down, right? It's nice to sit down. Okay, I sit down, right? But if I'm getting seated, someone is taking me to the table, showing me where to sit down. It's nice to get seated, order something to share. So when we order something to share or to split, that means that the whole table is going to try it, okay? Can we order a hamburger to share? Meaning I want the hamburger, but I'm going to eat it with another person. Or can we get the appetizer to share or to split? Meaning I'm going to give some food to the other people. And usually if you order something to share, they bring you some extra plates, right? That's pretty common to do as well. So it's nice to get seated, order something to share, and just enjoy the atmosphere. All right. Especially if it's a Friday night or a Saturday night, there's lots of people around. People are ordering, people are talking, people are chatting. Yeah, you just enjoy the atmosphere. Maybe they have candles and maybe they have some lights that are sparkling around. Maybe they have some really pretty plants and some lovely things around. It's just nice. That's the atmosphere. That's the atmosphere. Some people call it the vibe as well. And that's just kind of the space around you. You know, the music's playing, the people are talking, the colors, the smells, the vibe, the atmosphere. Now, I love trying new dishes. And of course, we always split the bill at the end. It just makes things easier. It just makes things easier. Now, in the United States, when I go out with my friends, we usually split 50-50 for 2 people, or we split it in thirds for 3 people. This is really easy to do at restaurants in the United States. I can pay separate checks, which means I pay for what I ordered. If I ordered a Coke, a hamburger, and a dessert, I pay for my Coke, my hamburger, my dessert. Nothing more, nothing less. But if we split, we'll just split it, please. We'll just split it, please. Then I pay a third, you pay a third, and the third person pays a third. So we split it. We split it. And honestly, that just makes things easier because if we get some plates to share, we all got a little cocktail, then we can just go a third, a third, a third, or 50-50. That's easy, right? It just makes things easier. It just makes things easier. This is very common if you go out with American friends.
Right. And in the UK as well, we'll split the bill or take the receipt, look at the total, and then you get their phone out and you type
divide
it in
it.
the number,
Yeah.
divide by 2, and then just pay that. Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I had to get my calculator out. I mean, I used to do that maybe in high school. It's just so easy. All the computers at almost every restaurant in the United States, they can split it by person. So all of these people, table one, person one, got all these items, or you just split it. And even if I'm with my husband and I pay, oh, I'll pay for me and him. Like, it's so easy just to add those in, and then they give you the bill with the total price on it. All right. So, I mean, there must be a reason why you don't always like going out. So, is there anything you don't like about going out? That's the reason why you're stuck at home?
It's way better than dealing with packed pubs and overpriced drinks.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
right. So I think it's way better. Staying in is way better. Could be a bit better, way better than dealing with packed pubs. If you have to deal with something, it means you have to do something you don't enjoy or don't want to because it's difficult or it's boring. You might say, oh, I don't want to deal with this problem right now. Or if there's an annoying task or chore like cleaning the kitchen, I'm like, oh, can you deal with it tonight? Deal with is something you don't want to do. So I don't want to deal with packed pubs. Packed means very, very busy, crowded, especially on Friday and Saturday nights. Everybody goes out and maybe there's a very long wait at the bar, or you have to kind of get your elbows out to get to the front to get your drink. Pubs are these bars that you find in England that serve alcohol and food as well. And they are packed pubs. And also, the other problem is overpriced drinks.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, they charge a lot for drinks, and I think they charge too much. Often you can buy a beer in a pub and pay £5. You go to a supermarket and you find the same brand and the same amount for £2. Oh, well, it's much cheaper to buy it at the supermarket and take it home. So if you think it's too expensive, it's overpriced. So yeah, it's way better than dealing with packed pubs and overpriced drinks. You go out for dinner. You have your dinner. You split the bill and all paid. Do you go anywhere after that?
So after dinner, we usually head to a gig or somewhere playing live music. So we head to a gig, G-I-G. A gig is a show or a concert or something I'm thinking kind of small, right? So if it's a gig, then maybe you know that there is a band or a musician playing and they are playing a gig, okay? So that means they'll probably play for an hour or two, or somewhere playing live music. Live music. So when we talk about music that we listen to on the radio, it's not live, it's a recording. So when you hear usually music at restaurants and things like that, it's usually playing a recording, a CD, something online, right? But live music is where the musicians or the singers are there. They're there live, or they are there in person, right? So somewhere playing live music. I can't resist live music. So I like finding a good spot where it isn't too loud, but we're still right in the middle of the action. So I like finding a spot. Now, when I'm looking for a spot, I'm looking for a place to sit or stand or just be there for the evening. So I'm looking for a good, I found a good spot. A spot. So, hey, over here, I found a good spot. Over here, over here. So I like finding a good spot where it isn't too loud. Okay, I don't want to be standing next to the speakers blaring in my ear, but we're still right in the middle of the action. So in the middle of the action means that people are moving around, people are dancing, you get to watch the show, get to watch the gig, watch the performance. So we're still in the middle of the action in a good way, because Mark did talk about things getting a bit packed, getting a bit loud. So we don't want to be too much in the middle of the action, just perfect. We want to find a really good spot, right? So we're still in the middle of the action.
Not on the edge, too far away. Not at the front where it's too loud. Right in the middle, right?
Just something perfect. Something, sometimes I like it right off the dance floor so I can watch everybody dancing. And if I want to dance a little bit, I can. So it's right in the middle of everything. Okay, so Mark, do you always spend your nights in alone?
Not always. If I do fancy being a bit social, I'd rather have a few mates round, crack open some
Mm,
drinks and have a movie night, or even just a proper catch up.
yeah.
So, yes, so not always. I'm not always alone, just me and my cat. If I do fancy being a bit social, fancy as a verb in English, in British English, if
Mhm.
I want to be a bit social. If I think about it, oh, do I want to invite some friends? Oh, yeah, I fancy that. Oh,
Mm.
yeah. It's often used as a question. Do you fancy fish and chips? Or do you fancy a drink? Do you want a drink? So if I do fancy being a bit social, I would rather have a few mates round. Mates, mates of friends.
Mates round. Mates round.
Right, have
Tell
a
me a little
few
bit.
mates round.
Yes, you
Yeah,
want
so
round, like round people?
yeah, just in perfect circles. I
Uh-huh.
want them to come to my house. If
Ah.
I invite you to my house, I say, hey, do you want to come round?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more commonly in textbooks or in American English, come over.
Mm.
But in the UK, we use round. I'm going to go round to my neighbours. Or, oh, a cat came round yesterday and said hello. So I'd rather have a few mates round. So that's in my house. Crack open some drinks. When you're talking about alcoholic drinks, especially when you open them, you can crack them open. I think some canned drinks or wine bottles
Mhm.
make a very satisfying, like, or the sound.
Click.
So if you
Yeah.
crack open drinks, it sounds like you're going to have fun and you're going
Mhm.
to drink maybe a little bit or quite a bit and enjoy them. And have a movie night where you get together and watch a film. You can talk about the film. Maybe it's a film you haven't seen before or one of your old favorites. A movie night, you might have popcorn, some drinks, snacks, and maybe dim the lights so it's a nice atmosphere. Or just a proper catch up. Have a catch up. A catch up is a kind of meeting. So you can let's have a meeting, let's have a chat, let's have a proper catch up. And that means I maybe haven't seen my friends for a while and I want to know what's new with them. Maybe they've got some exciting news, some exciting things at work, or some funny things have happened since I last saw them. When we meet and we chat, we have a catch up. You can have a catch up in the pub, in a coffee shop, anytime you meet and share your news. That is a catch up. All right, so you mentioned the dance floor already. Do you ever go out dancing when you're going out?
If the music's good, I'll sing along, of course. And if there's a dance floor, even better. Even better. So, if you go out dancing, this is usually when you go out to a bar or a club and they have music playing, right? So, we're going out dancing, meaning we're going to be listening to the music, probably not talking as much because the music's quite loud. If the music's good, I'll sing along. If you sing along, that means you know the words and you sing the words at the same time that it's playing, right? So I'll sing along. And if there's a dance floor, and a dance floor is an area where you can dance, and if there's a dance floor, even better. All right, even better because I like singing and I love dancing. So if there's a dance floor, even better. All right. So, Mark, you told me a little bit about inviting your friends over if you're feeling a little bit social. So, I mean, in the end, what do you like about staying in as opposed to going out?
I think it's nicer to just unwind, put on some music in the background, and actually enjoy a conversation without shouting over loud music.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, so I sound like a grumpy old man.
You do a little
But
bit.
yeah, so I think it's nicer to just unwind. To unwind is to relax. Maybe after a long week of work, you are quite tense or stressed. You might even feel it in your body or your neck. So when you release this tension like a coiled spring, you unwind and your body relaxes, your mind relaxes. Unwind. Put on some music in the background. So If I stick on a film, I can also stick on some music, or put on a film, or put on some music in the background. So it's not so loud that I can't talk to my friends and it's distracting me. Just in the background means it's playing and I can hear it, but it's not distracting me. Coffee shops play music in the background, or supermarkets play it in the background. It's there, but you barely notice. And I actually enjoy a conversation without having to shout over loud music. There's an interesting preposition here. If there's two noisy things, there's loud music and there's my voice. If I need to make my voice louder than the music, I'm going to shout over the music. Or maybe you're in a very crowded, busy place, so there's the noise of the crowd. I have to shout over the crowd. Can you hear me? This way. Or yes, if there's noisy traffic and I need my voice to be higher, I'll shout over. Or maybe I can't hear you over the traffic. The traffic is louder than you. So that's the other part I don't enjoy about going out. It's very loud music. Even when you're this close to each other, I say something and they can't hear me. And if I have to shout over the music all night, sometimes I lose my voice or get a sore throat in the morning. I'm just an old man who wants to talk quietly with his friends indoors. So you're having fun going out though. How do you do it? If is this every Friday night? How do you go out? Where do you get all this energy from?
I mean, sometimes you just need to blow off some steam, let loose, and have a great night out with friends. You can do it. It'll be fine. It'll be fun, right? So sometimes you just need to blow off some steam. I know you finish work. It's been a long week. It might have been a bit stressful, but the idea of going out, like, makes me excited. It gets me excited. So sometimes you just need to blow off some steam. When you blow off some steam, steam is the kind of the cloud of water that comes after you boil it. So you're boiling the water and the water is getting so hot that the water is just disappearing. This is steam. So it's kind of like thinking all of this stress is inside me, boiling up, boiling up. And sometimes you just need to blow off some steam. Go out and dance. Just get crazy a little bit, sing with your friends, make a night of it, just really just let loose, right? So we need to blow off some steam, let loose. Let loose is kind of funny because it sounds like maybe if you're someone like Mark and you're like, oh, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out. And then you come out with us and you start dancing kind of like crazy in a way. And we think, oh, okay, Mark's letting loose tonight. Normally he's very reserved and quiet, staying in. He's really letting loose tonight.
Swinging from the chandelier. Yeah.
Yeah. And poor Mark, sorry, I'm going to mention again, letting your hair down, just let your hair down, Mark. And, having a great night out with friends. I mean, it's fun. It is a little exhausting, especially if you drink too much. But, if you can just drink some water, have a good night out with friends, I think it's quite energizing for me. And it does really feel good to kind of let off some steam and blow off some steam.
I think it's good that you use blow off some steam because it's relaxing by doing something physical or active.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm relaxing at home, but I'm not blowing off steam.
No, you're not.
Because I'm sitting on my
really
sofa.
Let it out.
Yeah, right. I'm unwinding by doing nothing physical. I'm just relaxing. If you're out dancing,
blowing off some steam,
exercising, singing, that's blowing off steam because you're doing something really physical.
Just getting it out, getting that bad energy out, right?
Right. So the final line of my script was, going out can be fun every now and then, but I'd take a cozy night in over a noisy bar any day. So going out, again, having fun, dancing, partying, clubbing, drinking can be fun every now and then. Every now and then is occasionally, sometimes, but I'd take a cozy night in. I would take. Imagine you're giving me two options, a big night out, a cozy night in. If I had to choose, I would take a cozy night in. I'd take a cozy night in over a noisy bar any day. If my answer is always the same, every time you give me these choices, I always say cozy night in. That's any day. I'd choose pizza over pasta any day. I'd watch a horror film instead of a sci-fi film any day. So if you're really, really sure about your decision and it's always the same, I do that any day.
All right, excellent. So we've covered all the great vocabulary for both staying in and going out. So let's do a quick review of the key phrases from today's episode. This is a great time to practice repeating after me to work on your American accent and get more comfortable saying these naturally in conversation. Any chance to do something. Get dolled up. Get dressed up. Do my hair. Do my hair up. Meet up with friends, grab an Uber, grab a taxi, call a ride. I don't have that in
Did
my
you say
thing.
call a ride?
No. Grab an Uber, grab a taxi, check out a new place. Oh, this was from the other one that I did. Buy new dishes, split the bill, head to a gig, find the good spot.
The rest of it sounds right.
Yeah, okay. Check out a new restaurant. Get seated, order something to share, enjoy the atmosphere, try new dishes, split the bill, head to a gig, live music, find a good spot, middle of the action, in the middle of the action, sing along, go dancing, dance floor, blow off some steam, let loose.
And here are the key phrases from my script. A quiet night in, shoes off, slippers and comfy clothes on, raid the fridge, get a takeaway in, nothing beats a good Friday night fish and chips, drawing the curtains, melting into the sofa, my cat on my lap, binge watching a series, sticking a film on, packed pubs, overpriced drinks, have a few mates round, crack open some drinks, have a movie night, a proper catch-up, unwind, put on some music in the background, shouting over loud music, a cozy night in.
Once again, our Season 3 High-Level Listening Study Pack is available right now. It has PDF worksheets for this episode, bonus listening activities, ad-free MP3 versions, and PDF transcripts of every Season 3 episode. The link is in the description below, and you can absolutely try it out for free with Episode 1. We really think it'll help you get the most out of these episodes and take your English to the next level.
Yes, right. Thank you for listening, everyone. Don't forget, you can always practice with us here on YouTube. We do read and reply to every comment. So do you like staying in or going out? If you go out, do you like getting dressed up or doled up and going out for some live music? Or are you like me and you prefer a cozy, quiet night in with some friends or a film? Let us know what your ideal evening is.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you very soon for another episode here on High Level Listening.
Bye-bye.